Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to From the Depths with yours truly, Commanders, and we're going to be doing something a bit different today. Since it's been a while since I've come back to this game, a couple weeks, though I have been building in my free time, I have decided to attempt a new building project today. So I don't know how this is really going to go. I'm just going to kind of leave the recording rolling as I build, and hopefully it works out. So our basis is going to be the Poseidon UEF battleship, since it's one of my favourite designs. So this is what we're attempting to build, and let's watch as we end up with something completely different. Well, that's a complete fail and a half, isn't it? Okay, plan B, make this thing slightly larger. And if you're wondering what I'm doing here, I'm just prefabbing the front section, and then rotating it around so I get a rough idea of how the ship looks. It's a bit longer than I want, since while it's based on a battleship, I don't want it to be that big. If that makes any sense whatsoever, which it probably doesn't. And I've built the thing the wrong way around. Amazing. 1, 2. And that puts the front round the right way. Yes, it does. Right then, I think that's our general shape laid out. So now to just grab the transitions. And I'll probably do this slow so people can see. But basically, if you want to build a nice sloped hull, you just go like this. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here, since this is quite a tall ship. And then I just build down. Normally ends up with some very nice results. And I'm saying normally. Probably ought to having a bit too much for a speed build style video. So I'll probably stop doing that from here. Now in terms of this ship's actual weapons, I'm thinking a battery of triple turret main crams along with the missile secondaries. Similar to the ship it's based on. So it's possible I could go for advanced cannons. I still haven't 100% decided. But in terms of the campaign, I do plan on continuing it. There's no question about that. Just I've been in a really buildy mood ever since I recorded the first 2 episodes of that. So I've been constantly building every time I come on. I thought, you know what, I'll finally record myself building, rather than just not recording anything. So hopefully this is interesting. Probably not. There we go, our base hull is completed. Hopefully this thing floats decently well. Probably not, considering it's sinking and we need actual air pumps. Now, there's one thing I want to try, which is the reinforced decking, but not in the traditional sense where you just, do that. I want to actually try and use the smooth side of it. It will probably look a bit weird if I'm going to be honest, but I'm interested to see how it could look, considering that's got quite a nice, that way around, that's got quite a nice smooth colour to it. I've never really used. It's a shame this doesn't have slopes. Yes, the fill tool, truly the pinnacle of just everything. Right, since I'm making a build based on the Poseidon, there's only one colour scheme that seems suitable, which is the standard UEF one. So if I set this to alpha, very dark blue. Yeah, that's unique, which is the main thing. And there we have it, the beginnings of a hull. This one's a bit thin, but this thing's going to have side hydrofoils anyway, so it should be fine. Now, I believe I have some cram guns saved that were particularly good. which is used on another ship that's going to be appearing soon. I don't know if I want to reuse those though. Probably not. This really doesn't matter in terms of armor, considering that it's going to be superstructure back there anyway. Right then, I have not built a cram cannon from scratch in quite a while. So please excuse absolutely god-awful Tetris. You wouldn't think it, considering the two ships that have featured heavily in the campaign both use crams as their main guns, but I haven't built one in ages. I'm thinking probably 1,500 main guns, just because they seem fun and funky. 1,500. There we go. 1,100. 1,000. Yeah. 1,500 main guns. Stats are a little different, but that does. I know that bothers some people quite a lot, but it really doesn't bother me too much. It's a little annoying, but it's nothing like that upsetting. Oh no. -5. These are explicitly anti-surface crams. That should be a fully functional main gun. Excellent. You know, I want to try and nail the UEF style turrets, which I'm probably not going to do because I suck at this building this type of turret. I'm just trying to see if I kind of like the idea of there's almost additional armor plating around the turret. Actually, no, wait, there's going to be a thing over the top of this. Alright, then, weird little turret. I like you. Probably some of the weirdest mimic work I've ever seen anyone do, but I like you. Main guns mounted. So far, going pretty well overall. Considering I've tried to build this ship in the past and it hasn't gone too well, I'm happier with this. I'm not going to say happy, considering I don't know how combat effective it's going to be yet. And generally I don't want to do 100 tests before I take a design into the campaign, considering some of them would just get really strong because of that, and I'd never have any failures. And failures are probably the funniest thing to watch. Well, then there was probably a sharp cut there, because I had to stop recording for a short time. But we are back to the build, and I'm going to be continuing on with it. This project has taken a little while, to say the least. So let's just seal this bit up here. We probably want to put more armor around that later. Yes, I love looking at my reference image on my own recording. That is very smart of me. This is high IQ maneuvers right here. But yeah, we're going to start on the bridge/superstructure area. And hopefully that will come out decently good looking. Probably not, but you know. I live in hope. I don't really build turrets with coverings over them that often, but I kinda like these. They're a bit chunky, but that's never a bad thing. Building Boat, the video game. Alright, yeah, that seems completely wrong. Perfect. I'm hoping no one thought, just because I based my build off of something, it was going to remotely look like it. God, no, that's not how we do things here. It's the general shape for the main bridge, I suppose. It's hopefully going to come out looking... Yeah, very nice. It's the right transition, it's just a bit far back. I'm probably being way too bothered about how this is being shaped on a build that's pretty inaccurate already. And we are back, so there's probably been a short skip, but I am back again, working on the Poseidon. Or at least that's the current working name. I'm probably going to give it a different name to the actual UEF ship. But as you can see, we got mostly the basic shape of the front is complete. And we got two main cannons. Just got to mount the rear cannon, and we should be good for the basic upper deck stuff. And if you're wondering, there's no internals at the moment. Yeah. So we're gonna make the sides use hydrofoils, and add the propulsion next. I'll also stick a temporary AR on the thing. I'm hoping, despite this thing's relatively not expensive, relatively large size, we can keep costs down. And that'll make this thing an excellent choice for patrolling, though I think it's a bit big. Lovely Grand Round. And that's the Marauder dead. She's getting there. Alright then. Progress is going extremely well, I must say. I'm falling in love with this ship the longer I build on it, even though initially I didn't quite like it. It's not the prettiest thing in the world so far, but that's okay. But currently the weapons are now hooked up to an AI, which means we can watch it destroy a Marauder. Which is always the most important part of these tests. Yes, I very much like that battery. You completely missed though, good job. Probably the lack of detection systems, but you know, we don't talk about that. Go on, shoot again. These guns are probably some of the worst cram cannons I've ever made, but you know. Oh, you're right, you have no ammo. That's probably not helping, huh? Giant magical ammo stick. And hopefully it should reload in a second. Any minute now. Okay, yeah, I gotta figure out why these things take so long to reload. It's a packing time, but... To be honest, the fact that Marauder could have possibly got off a shot there is kind of embarrassing. Yeah, serves me right for not having built cram cannons in ages. Yeah, might want to upgrade these. I'll build the missile secondaries first, which is what I want to do right now. I may have a very specific design, so hopefully I'll be able to mimic it in FD. Oh, then, it looks like the addition of the air guns is quite successful. Let's give them a test fire. Oh yeah, ammunition. This thing actually needs a decent amount of ammo now. Hey there, Post Commanders here. Just editing the video and then realised the entire last recording got screwed up. So there's some footage missing, and I've done a bit of work since we last looked at this in the video. Yeah. I finished off all the cosmetics, the AI is now functioning, it's floating properly, and yeah. This is probably the finished Poseidon that we're going to spawn in the campaign. I say Poseidon, I still haven't named it yet. Does need a name. Yeah, overall I'm quite happy with it. You can see I added a cosmetic makeover, did some mimic work with some of the things around here. And the secondaries are also working. So yeah, thanks for watching. And I'll leave it with an outro of the ship killing some stuff.